Okay, hello. Is my music playing? Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm Crucified. This is week 3. Dude, this is early. Holy. Okay, I'm just gonna get into it. So, Manaphy's beat Rhydons. We had 3 decisive weeks, which is kind of big for playoff standings, because, there's only 2 more weeks of rec season, and then some teams are already gonna be out and gonna be in, whether they win or lose this week, which I can talk about later. So, Manaphy's beat Rhydons. Snorlax's beat Wooloo. And the Swallows beat the Garchomps. A few subs this week, which I'll get into later. I'm just gonna get into the series, so this doesn't take an hour again. The goal is below an hour. Is there anything did any drama happen at the start of the week? I don't think so. I think there was only like sub drama that happened later. Anyway, let's see predictions. Yeah, I'd like Dennis do it. This is a hit thumbnail, I think. Dude, we saw like 0 Terrakion usage this week, by the way. Good job, guys. And Norris, obviously. Alright. First series was Oras, Torterra vs. Poison Adhesive. Let's see. Actually, there was a track. As soon as I opened my tweet about it, oh my god. Okay, so PA's team is like really terrible actually. Like, it gets carried by the fact that you don't know what the cube set is. Um, I'm gonna assume that it's Scarf Tarak and like a cube that makes it not lose to everything. Because the problem with PA's team is PA's team either loses to, um, loses to Metagross, obviously. Like, what? He either loses to both Metagross and Mawile and Genesect. I mean, there's probably no way it beats Genesect, honestly. Like, like, so it definitely loses to every Steel type. And it also might lose to, what was the other thing? It also loses to, like, opposing Guard. It's like Guard counter Guard. Unless it's Banned Kyurem Black. Banned Kyurem Black loses to everything. Like, you just have no hope for any Steel type. So I kind of hope that it wasn't that. Um, then the game, Repair just picked C-Tran because why would somebody pick a Terrakion and RS? So, yeah. Yeah, I just saw this team and I just molded. I'm not gonna lie. This is just terrible. Um, yeah. Blah. Bad taste in my mouth. I have the standings there. I'll probably put this one too. I'll talk about it after I go through the games. Okay, so PA brings towards Program Gengar. Here brings standard Firewater Steel but with the Magnezone. There's been a lot of Magnezone usage, which I found strange. There's been like 8 uses in 3 weeks. And then here goes Taunts. It does not win versus this because it's dual fairy move, which is kind of a relic, but you need DD for Southwest nowadays, so it's viable. Yeah. And that Gyara set that Torterra used probably beats DD for Solid Malt, because that's bad. Anyway, so Torterra's team is really bad here too, honestly. Like, it loses to like Venusaur, as we'll see. I think this is like kind of a throw from Torterra. I'm pretty sure you just SD to infinity. Like, I don't even know how Torterra like lost this game when I was watching it back. And the answer is it's hidden power fire, but I'm pretty sure you just SD to infinity until PA attacks, and then you Iron Head. It's like, and then you win, but maybe that didn't even win, because maybe after 32 charms and 32 SDs, HP fire just out damages. But I don't know. This set also loses to Manaphy. Assuming it's still. Assuming it's just like any Manaphy, honestly. I think every Manaphy like beat this. I think Torterra won Maul, assuming it was like some offensive unit that can actually beat Mana. But I don't know. Torterra just didn't really have a win con versus Venu. Or a solid win con versus Venu, so we kinda had to guess. Let's see. Did I turn this up in Sabotage? I think that's slightly louder. But also maybe you can't hear me anymore. Maybe that's for the best. Alright, so Torterra loses Derek Squad. Halo's this Dookie again. This is probably Scarf Lando, which is really good into Derek Squad. However, this is either not Scarf Lando or it's Scarf Ren. I don't know. The fact that PA's at WP makes me think that it might be Scarf Ren. I don't know why I think that. Scarf Ren Derek Squad's like Scarf Ren Derek Squad kind of fire. I don't know. Yeah, common 2023 Derek Squad W. We go to game 5. Game 5, PA definitely doesn't defeat Venusaur because, like, I mean, there's no way that this deck is, psychic, but I would be psychic, obviously. But PA goes T-Tar, which I assume is into, like, opposing Vix, but Torterra just DDs. So yeah, Rock can come out, and then you see it could get impact the Chad DD set, and then PA loses. PA also like made up a calc at the end. Like PA like dropped the calc where it was like 0 attack IVs and was coping that Torterra got the roll when it's like never a roll. So yeah, so there was like we were like investigating like how PA faked the calc, and it like wasn't even an SM calc. And then I'm like, wait, PA definitely dropped the IVs for attack to fake the calc. But yeah, there's a Turret draws first blood. Lumi stepped out this week for reasons that probably only they know. Then we have DP Penis. There was a lot of really close series between the Wooloo Warriors and the Snorlax this week. Dude, I don't even want to analyze DP previews. I like both teams. I like Stratavich's team more, obviously. But Yufanos is not very good into Clef. The answer is Jirachi, so maybe it's T-Wave. But instead it's like Thunder, which I assume it's like Draco for the Kingdra matchup. So unfortunately, does not win this matchup because Special Jirachi does not defeat Clef. It also can't get full. Clef's also can't get full parried in DPP because of how Magic Red works. The parry only gets the speed drop, just if you weren't aware. So this probably 3-0'd. I mean, maybe Moltres did enough damage if it's like Specs, but I don't think so. That's like max build F Clef. Anyway, Yuvanos loaded Scyther, which is kind of baller. Probably not a very good Scyther matchup. It is a pretty good meta matchup against Akka, so that's probably what happened. So that's what happened, yeah. Went D-Knight into this. See any Q come out. So that's either Scarf damage. That's not band damage, so it's either Scarf or DD. Yuvanos gets Ice Punch, forgetting about H Berry, and Savage gets the DD. And there's no Bullet Punch, which is unfortunate for you, as yeah, you forbore. He had to hit 2 Rock Tombs to win that matchup anyway, and Rock Tombs 80% in DPP, so basically 0 win con. Yeah. So Youth goes down 0-2, and he brings Dookie Crest matchup, which is probably a lure for being real. So, yeah, I don't know. Stravage also doesn't have a better play into Swampert, likely, unless it's Stall Rotom. But it's very likely that Stravage, like, didn't expect it to be this, which is like a patented Euphono set, I think. I don't know if it was Euphonos or it was Jabir that made this, but it's just like anti-Crest. That loses the Trick Scarf, by the way, but I mean, we're just gonna continue to not bring Trick Scarf on Crest. And it clearly punishes like all of Euphonos' teams. Oh my god, Brett. It doesn't even bring Cresselis that beat it, like, he doesn't run coverage for other Crest on specs. Because like everyone runs specs, but yeah. Alright, so Shavage brings Dookie Heracross matchup, Willem Laszlo. Dude, this Milotic fucking dies in 1, by the way. Dies in 1? I don't actually know why he picked that also. Like, I feel like Specs Meeting was a pick. Maybe it was a pick in the Crest. But there's no way that's the pick in the Crest when it dies in 1 to Hera. I don't know. That died in 1 though. Alright, so we have Titor's app, Titor Mirror. Titor's like really good game 5 mon. I say that even though what happened in the game happened, which is see Grass Knot to KO it, because Grass Knot's really good versus Tar. And this is Colder. I just want to share that payback did not kill, even if it wasn't Colder. That's kind of funny. So yeah, Euphonos reverses challenge. Yeah, that was kind of banger DPP series. We have another DPP series versus PK and Chris Numbers. Chris Numbers lows this team again. He has a really good matchup too. If I was Trick Crest, I would have picked it, obviously. But we see, but he didn't, so we get to see this game. So first of all, you should really run even HP, or not even HP, you should run Diviz by 4 HP. And then, oh my god, I can't even finish my thought because he attacks so soon. Like, he doesn't even get into Blaze range or Pataya range. So, I have no explanation. Yeah, I think for Infernape and DPP, you really want to be Diviz by 4 HP. So like you can summon to Patea without dying to like bullet punch on meta. And I mean, if he could just sub one more time, he would have just won. So I don't know. I don't know. That was just the throw I'd say. And I would say Chris Numbers probably just Jirachi's here. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why PK didn't zap this, honestly. It probably wasn't anti-D-Knight with a Crest. But yeah, this shit just gets flinched down. Goodbye. Thank God for Jirachi. In this game, I mean, I don't even remember what happened. Yeah, oh yeah, Pikachu to Rotom. Rotom was quite odd, I must say. It was Specs Rotom too, which is like, I don't know. Chris Numbers gets the roll. I'm guessing that was the pick into safest pick into Jirachi if you expect like Grass Knot. For right. So yeah. That was a beatdown. Chris Numbers has a cool avatar too, honestly. That was a beatdown. Bomb 21 XD versus Fergie. Dude, this was a series. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first Bomb uses his newly debuted team with Willigan and Turtonator. Fights the Nidoking. I think Nidoking and Lele are both good monster moves versus Bomb. Not a big fan of Volcanion, but these are pretty good. That's why I said it was a pretty valiant C team attempt from Fergie. Unfortunately, what happens in this game happens. It is motherfucking select sleep powder, and then he gets the return. Mutual sleep, so Bomb 21 next. So yeah. And then Fergie like typed mid-series as sleep. Mid-series, by the way, fucking cretin. Oh my god. Wait till after the series. Like, oh my god. He was like hoping so hard to me when I like pointed out you shouldn't have said that during the series because he's like, yeah, me typing during the series made me miss 2 Hydros, and I'm like, bro, that's not the point. That's why Fergie is undraftable. He's here now. Okay, and then this game was pretty nonsensical from Fergie, I'm pretty sure. Like, Toxtricity is like, I don't know if Toxtricity is actually into here. I guess this is a Gastro because he doesn't want EQ. But there's no Boom Burst. So this was, I don't know. I don't know what this was. Alright, game 5. I was just gonna let this play normally. This game is like too long. So we see Gunk misses. He has Store Power, so Bomb would have fucking lost. Then we see Bomb Sucker, like thinking it was Store Power again, which probably was not because Hydro probably kills. And then, because you know, weakness policy. And Hydro definitely kills, but oh my god. I was checking if your Oko is turn 1. So Bomb 21XD says, wait, you had a 6.3% chance to KO turn 1. So Fergie technically hacks Bomb 21XD to give himself a better chance to win, but instead we had that marvelous game occur. That was a banger. That was a banger. Yeah, Bomb should be like 3-0, I think. Even if he got to sleep during game 1. I made an excited prediction post, molded that, Euphanos. Oh my god, I mean, dude, every series I go to, I just get remembered of what happens during them. But yeah, I need to get to the good series fast, dude. Oh my god. I don't even want to click play on the series. So Cape unfortunately gets 3-0 by Shaman. Actually, no, it doesn't. I mean, I'm pretty sure this should win. I'm pretty sure Joker also should have went for double tech, but instead he gets the 5-hit bullet seed. I think the 4-hit might have also won. Yeah, that was rolling the 5-hit kind of banger. I think if he would have gotten the 4-hit, he won though. And he also could have double teched it after getting the 4-hit. So, I don't know. But Leftovers Bullet Seed is like not a set. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to run Miracle Seed to actually be like Arrow. It's the Central Team from like the Stone Age. Because that's how Joker 1-1 plays Black White. Game 2. I'm pretty sure Cave picked like a hard one too. Yeah, he picked a hard one too, and then he got punished by Cave, or by Joker's. If we chomp into it, I guess. Because Chomp was kind. I don't know. Anyway, so Cave goes down 0-2, just like Euthnos did. And then gets down 0-2, you gotta load Snorlax. Pretty sure Cave did not defeat Heatran this game. Fortunately for him, Joker didn't pick it. And then he went Brazion because, like, Brazion's just like an instant loss in that fight. I don't know why you ever click Brazion. But I don't know why you click into Brazion either, but Cave did it and it worked out. So that's all caps GG worthy, I agree. Game 3, he brings like this Eebler Brain Sludge that I help him with, and he brings a Dookie-Thumb matchup. So, yeah. And then he gets frozen, and then this mother— I should have played this on normal, oh my god. I'm gonna play this on really slow, actually. Because this has made Ecstatic super mold. I'll explore what happened, but yeah. So yeah, I don't know what Chris this was, but yeah, Ice Beam froze. And then Joker decides to start typing in the chat, saying like, be the hot person you are and unthaw. It's not unthaw, by the way, it's unfreeze. Or just say thaw. Unthaw means you stay frozen. But I don't know, whatever. And then, yeah, I don't know. Joker just like decided not to click and typing in chat. Like, I'm gonna go to his post right now. So Joker says like, I'm generally trying to help Cave to not give up. Like, dude, your job isn't to help your opponent not give up. Like, you can do that, but your first job is to actually click a button so you don't time out. It's when you're the manager of a team, dude. Like, you ask for this fucking, like, to give you a chance to responsibility and you do this, bro. Oh my god. I'll be so mad. Like, this is why Ecstatic was so mad this week. But, yeah. Very honorable to start typing to your opponent to click the one move that they could actually click. And while you don't click yours. Like, I don't know. Bruh. Yeah, so Divine Intervention allows Cave to win after being hexed. And then he just decides to load Chomp Kugera, the classic. And then Joker just goes Scarf Lando. Because this is like a what do you call it? This is a Logan team from PL5. And then Cave dodges a Stone Edge, like a goat. Yeah, hitting 2 Stone Edges is a 0% chance, so I don't know. This is a really awful series, I think. Joker, I would say game 1 was in Cave's favor. I would say this game is in Joker's favor, but I mean, hitting 2 Stone Edges is just good. Then game 4, like, Joker got lucky and then timed out. Like, this was not a good series. It's not a good series. I don't know. Anyway, Hungry Food users fake Tom numbers. We see a Rhydon versus a Sandslash, but Hungry Foodies does not defeat any flying type with this team, so he loses to Skarmory. That's cool. We see a Feraligatr come out. I hate Biowater best teams in this tier, by the way. I really don't like them. But people keep using them. I don't approve of it, but it works. Then yeah, I don't know. We see a SD Hyperbeam Feraligatr take the life of a Ludicolo. He might have lost this, because I'm pretty sure Meta does not defeat it. Maybe just like SDEQ twice. I could Feraligator's backspace. It's nice though. Yeah, Hungry goes down 0-2. He brings a Grumpig. He's not picked a Grumpig because he has kind of 3 Tauros. This also seems to be banned Hera, which doesn't win. Which is probably picked into the Grumpig. So Fear of Grumpig leads Hungry for You can win a game. Dude, this is like the very similar teams of what it's like Heracross plus Flying plus. Oh my god, I might have just like completely trolled. Yeah, it's like actually not. There's a Heracross to pop. Honestly, there's some pretty cool teams about this series. Yeah, it turns out to be HP Grass, but it's not quite win. The crit almost wins, but does not. He lives on 1% of wins. In game 5, he decides to reuse the Ludicolo team, and he gets a terrible matchup, really awful matchup. Then he goes Tauros, goes Metagross, He just probably into the Tauros, and he clicks sub, and he sub select very. Honestly, sub select is like nonsensical. Honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't run under. I guess for like counter stuff. He said after the game you needed to sub on Jolly and EQ, and then attack Ada, and he guessed what nature was wrong, so he lost. I guess there was bulky. I would probably guess that it was bulky Ada just cause, but I don't know. It's basically pretty hard to tell for sets an EDD. Yeah. Blow my nose. Anyway, yeah. Hungry Foodies fails to reverse. Then we see we're finally getting to the good series. So we see Dennis versus Bo Bobson. Also got a hurry. It's probably been like 25 minutes or something. I had to talk about Joker stuff. It's been 22. Okay. This game, Dennis had 3-2-1s. Well, probably 3-2-1s. There's some set dependent stuff on depending on what the land and when Draco's load sets were. But Dennis opts to go Naga as Bo Bobson goes Azu, AV Azu, and it clicks Dig. So yeah, Dennis got stunned on by AV Azu with Dig. So yeah, that's cool. In game 2, Bo Bobson just goes like safe Celis into, I don't even know, it's into probably into right. But he does not seem to defeat Volcarona with Celesteela, because that makes sense. I don't think Volcarona won because there's a Haxorus, so I would say there's probably a low chance that it won. You turn mute on. What to do? Then Dennis does not seem to defeat Gardevoir. I've used this team quite a few times, and when I use it, when I used it, I had like 2 versions. One of them had a super crack Kyurem, and then one had Specs Kyurem. Specs Kyurem loses, the crack Kyurem would win. But he does not seem to be that, so he has to try to flinch down the Scarftogue, and is not able to do it. Yeah, 1-2. Dennis just loads a team from Dom's Builder. And Bo... I mean, Dennis has like a really dookie Zapdos matchup here, no? I guess like his counter is like Sock, which loses to Subsec, but it's probably offensive. So he just decides to go Aroma. But you see the Metagross, or not Mega Metagross, but just regular Metagross 2-1 prevail. Who knows, it's Meta 1 versus Bo Zapdos, maybe 3-0. In this game, I thought Dennis was going to be banned whole tier and then 3-0, but this was not the case. So like the poll was something that did not defeat Naga, I guess. So he has to go Ferrothorn for it, and then does not emerge victorious. Either that or he was a Polt that didn't defeat Guard, and so he went Ferro for Guard. So Bo Bobson goes up 3-2, Dennis uses this. This game is pretty questionable from Bo. So he went meta here on a balloon, which I assume was into a Custap Ripe. That shit died in 1, by the way, Spec Spin. Ninetales just won this game, I believe. Yeah, he just expected Custap Ripe, I think. But I don't know if people would run that in this tier. Everyone just runs bands. They're like opposing water fairies. Yeah, that was probably not the wisest pick from Bo. I wonder if Specs Prim actually beats Ninetales. I have no idea. It probably doesn't. I think Ninetales CMs twice, but who knows? I'm not gonna count. Then Bo reuses this team. Celesteela, a really good matchup. Zera, potentially really good matchup. This is just a really good matchup all around for Bo, I think. But this is depend on some sets. So for example, Dennis goes Urshifu Rapid and it ends up being Sublighty. And then Celesteela explodes, it's not Custap, so can't choose that way. He's also did these run Jet? I have no idea. If it was Jet, it didn't matter, but Yeah. Yeah, that was a good series, I think. Dennis beating Bo. So then we have Oras, Shulu versus um, whatever the team's called, Snorlaxes. Little everyone decides to bring Ampharos, Mawile, Lopunny. He has the Mega Mawile 2-1 and picks it, but it never wins, so Ecstatic just picks Vix. And V creates turn 1 like a Dawn. So Hemat's a live joins. 187 fan spotting? Crazy. Um, then Little 11 brings a team that does not defeat Slacking, unless it's like Fast Sub-Zard, obviously, or Endurzard, or Subgren. So he goes Zard, but it turns out that his SD. I don't know how SD Zard was faster than Slacking. I guess he was like Max Bulk. But yeah. Ecstatic just being big plus fairy type plus Fishman and winning. Crazy. Then Ecstatic loads Regigigas Phoenitran. I mean, you can load whatever with Phoenitran, so it might as well be Regigigas. Then the 11 reuses this team that he's used before, which is obvious. Brick Break Zard, Aqua Limbs. He has a Mega Metagross 2-1, but doesn't pick it. Because he just picks into Tran, because that's kind of what you have to do when you bring Brick Break Zard. DD turn 1 was quite poor. You should just attack. Because if you get Charmed, you lose anyway. And then, like, versus Sleep, your only win con is to just Outrage and hope they dodge. Because +1 doesn't have good odds of killing. Yeah, Common Sleep being a W. Super broken. Soft Rio here. Obviously is not a great matchup versus meta, but yeah, I think you have to hit 2 sleep powers versus meta to win. But Ecstatic kind of just backwashed it there. Let's see. We have 5 rings versus the Shadow Claw, I believe. Yeah, so Bolt loads a CP2 team, and the Shadow Claw loses low to Metacham. Lose to Metacham, not low to Metacham. It's a fake out, obviously. Maybe if it's no P-Jab. I mean, yeah. But it is P-Jab. So, I don't know what Moonlight is. I just didn't want to go for Moonblast crit, I guess, I don't know. I would guess Z-Reflect is the other play. Wow. I've seen this team before, but I don't remember. I mean, I've seen similar teams. I don't know. Goes Puke, which I guess is into our chops. That had to be an insane roll for Puke to die in 1. Like, what? There's no way that was not, like, a roll in Bolt's favor. Like, Puke dying in, like, even if it's a ban our chops, like, getting that roll is crazy. Or, like, that dying in 1 is crazy, so that had to be a roll, I think. Also, it's TSC, though it's kind of dookie Metacham matchup again. But he has a guard, which is like speed time, but Bo just goes Ren, which I guess is mixed, or which I guess would be mixed when he, or when she clicked it, but it ends up being Specs HP Poison, which is good for like, I don't know why it's with the Ferrothorn, I guess it's just a filler move, or like a fish, but yeah, she goes up 2-1, and she loads this, and TSC loads the Turtle, the Moth, and the Furry. I just made that up just now. Goes Volk. Air Slash turn 1 is definitely a win trading play. I guess TSC expected, I know Bolt expected it to be sub Buginium. It ends up being Roost, which just doesn't get unlucky and wins. It had to get unlucky with full Para slash crit to lose that, I think. He maybe should have attacked at like plus. I'm pretty sure if he attacked at +4, it was a win. He risked less crit Para, but who knows. In this game, we see Mellow for literally nobody, and then I have no idea why Mellow would have came out. I'm not gonna lie. I think both are better options into D Knight, and then maybe this was the best pick into Toad if it was like sub. Oh, that seems very strange to me. I guess it wasn't sub Zygarde to beat Charm Toad. And maybe probably Balloon Tran that loses to Toad. So, that was like pretty questionable. But maybe I don't know. I feel like if you're picking up Relic Song Malawen into Toge, you should just hope he doesn't pick it or she doesn't pick it. But keep misspeaking. But yeah, Byron both wins. Hey, Xander vs Gorilla. This was a pack watch. Um, yeah, Xander goes Pheromones on Polt, but then Gorilla expertly picks into it. That was good. See Aromatisse come out again. Aromatisse, the only way it loses here is probably the Crustle, so Gorilla just goes Registeel. Very clinical. Because like Mental Herb Crustle wins versus Aroma. So that's cool. Well played, and then your boy Xander decides to throw game 3 by bringing Weezing. So I mean, when your opponent brings Weezing, I mean, you just go your mon that's supposed to lose to fairies and then win. Like imagine if this was like any other fairy type, like, oh, maybe he wanted that so he beat Pharaoh, and he was a pull that didn't beat Pharaoh. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, Gorilla just like super pack watch Xander, and then I think the Snorlaxes went up like 4-2 for the week with that, and then it just came down to their SM players. Actually, no, there's still the Jacob win, which is after this. SMB versus Earth Gurgle, you see Aka Shaman, and then Mrs. Leech Seed, which did matter. So that's unfortunate, game 1. In this game, Super Mean Bros just clicks this Thunderous 2-1, but Earth Gurgle expertly clicks Crustle. And emerges victorious, so 1-1. And then SMB loads like 3 bad mons, but it ends up working out because it's Scarf Glade. I guess the track wasn't the Hydra. And the Swampert was some set that probably didn't win, I guess. This might have been Leaf Blade, by the way, to beat Swampert. Yeah, Joe Biden is on the board. Jesus Christ. Imagine you say GG and your opponent says Joe Biden is on the board, dude. Oh my god. That would be so tilting. And in this game, SMB expertly picks Jen into mana. It's got special attack boost, by the way. So that was like some Fizz Def, I guess. Fizz Def for poor EVs, I guess. But it was probably Fizz Def. Because the Lax matchup isn't great for her. So, yeah, no, that was kind of a pack rush by SMB, but he left game 1. SMB's 3-0 in Black-White this tour. But he's gotten some key RNG in all of his series to win each and I think all of his series 1 and 4, and he left the game. But he's still 3-0, so good on him. Okay, so Potato played Delamon and put his team up 4-2, I think, with this win. This is this is a cold as hell post, I'm not gonna lie. Like, after going 0-2, going SS, sorry to keep you waiting. From Kageyama, from Haikyuu. I think this is from the first round of the national tournament, I think. And then Kageyama finally comes online, and then he says this. I would recommend reading or watching Haikyuu if you haven't. Yeah. Anyway, so Delmon brings his team. I think I said in the battle chat I made both teams. I made this team before. I'm pretty sure it was Bird that made this team the OGPL. He is defeated by Tapu Bulu because the band Zera 2-1 does not emerge victorious. In game 2, Potato Champions wins. Delamon knows the same team, which has a quite poor Heatran matchup, especially if it's band Zera and it's Custap. And then it does end up being Custap, but this shit is a low kick, so yeah, Jacob just got teched. Overheat never kills, I'm pretty sure. And this game, Jacob loads motherfucking Darm Chansey. And then Delmon goes Regidrago for the Darm. And it ends up being Zen mode. Regidrago ends up being Endure. and then Jacob just plays this out, just very safe, stalling out endures. That's not really something that Jacob would mess up, so clean. And then Jacob loads one of my teams from PL4. He ends up getting insane matchup, like, but it kind of depends on what Urshifu it is. I guess this is why Urshifu is broken. Because if it's Urshifu Water, then both Draco Zode and Bronzong win. Which is kind of funny. Because the Draco Zode Scarf, and then, but Sylveon could just like not be Ender and just not Ender turn 1. And then I'm pretty sure Scarf Zode just doesn't kill. Then he also has the Azu, which may or may not 2-1. Kind of depends on sets. But it is Urshifu Rapid, so it does lose to Zolt and Bronzong, but you see him missing to crit. That's what happens when you use Hustle. I'm pretty sure this was banned Urshifu because, like, I feel like that doesn't kill with the crit unless you're, like, pretty offensive. I don't know. Yeah. That's what happens when you run Hustle. And then these guys load unviable grass types, Rotom-Mow, and Decidueye. Rotom-Mow is actually kind of heat. I like it. Delmon even picks into it with Landorus, and then fights a Scarf Darm. So Peck. I guess the moral of this series is Darm and Urshifu are broken. Because he literally just picks it again, and then like Delmon picks into the Rotom-Mow again. I guess this is how you win SS games. You just bring a Quirkymon, and you bring Darm that like pairs well with the Quirky, and you win every game. So yeah, Jacob gets on the board. So good for him. There's not too many series left, but I will speed up because running a little bit long, I think. Pacificon brings like the self-meta team. It's like Prim Arc, and then you can just throw a random third. This is like a good way to actually fit PZ. The Pacificon gets pack washed here. He's like Charm Rocky Helmet, which is kinda cool, but this does not actually win. I think Moonblast was actually correct. Because you need a good damage, but Hydra Cannon does not end up kill. Like, that did, like, no damage even with the crit. So, shout out Barathorn. Sevicon won an Oras, though, because it would have lost the helmet. And then glitched. Sevicon brings a Dookie, Coco, and Folk matchup somehow. And then... yeah, obviously, this is just, like, super winning. Pretty hard to lose in this crit. Ecstatic just has crit every game because he molds when someone puts his set up move, and then he doesn't say shit, and then complains when he gets crit when he brings one. So yeah, shout out Ecstatic. And this game is just, I think it's just Pack Watch, because it's just like Heavy Slam Volcanyon, and then it just beats Tapu Lele. Oh yeah, he like crit the Heavy Slam, but it obviously didn't matter because that shit is banned Volcanyon. That's so funny. That's cool. And then we see one of the deciding games for the Snorlaxes versus Wooloo series, which is close for Spale Blaze. Game 1, you see Pert get picked into PZ. Swampert clicks Tech turn 1, which is definitely a terrible play, but it worked out. Because, I mean, maybe it's like a 50-50, but if Close just clicked Z conversion there, I think he just like always wins. Now, now he just loses though. And this Hyper Beam might have been a roll after getting the first turn wake, but yeah, Protection one's a dickhead play, I'm not gonna lie. But, because like, Break Deck Blitz never kills. So, or like, it shouldn't kill. I'm pretty sure they EV for it, but, and judging by the Hyper Beam doing 61, I'm pretty sure Break Deck Blitz didn't kill. So, that was kind of strange. In game 2, Close gets completely Soul Red, and then Beyblade picks the hard 1-2 into Zygarde. I didn't go Mag there, assuming it's like Roundium, I suppose. And then his DNI wasn't one that beat Zig. Pretty sure you have to be like Ice move to beat Zig, actually. Anyway. So Beyblade's like insta-clicked up to O, and then unclicked. That's a veteran unclick, I think. Unclicked twice, by the way. But he just goes DNI. I'm pretty sure that's banned damage, honestly. If that's counter Zard, that might be banned damage. I'm not, actually no, there's no way that's banned damage. I think that's just Scarf. But yeah, counter emerges victorious. No Rock Slide coming out. from the D Knight. And then close brings his like standard P2 shit. So Bebe is like insta clicked again. So I guess close just like expected him to go D Knight. I'm gonna pause so you keep talking. I guess close just expecting to D Knight because he insta clicked. Like Cave like DM me during the series. Blaze definitely just picked D Knight and called it a day. So I guess that's what close assumed too. He goes P2, and then we see PZ click Shadow Ball turn 1. Which is, as I assume, expecting recover, because basically what needs to happen for PZ to win this matchup is PZ needs to get the turn right where P2 does not click recover, because recover turn 1 is the win con for P2. Like, recovering turn 1 on a break deck blitz is the win con for P2. Yeah, he just goes for Shadow Ball turn 1, and then Close just doesn't give a fucking Ice Beams and gets the freeze. So, yeah, unlucky. Yeah, so basically, Beyblade just needs to get a turn right, but he gets frozen, so that just ended that. In Game 5, Beyblade does not seem to defeat Mobile. I guess the counter was Meloetta, but that does not in fact win, so... yeah, so Close gets another reverse. That's like the third reverse that happens. The Snorlaxes versus Ryu series. So yeah, that was cool. And then Snorlax is won the week with that. So we have Leo beats for Strip Legends. Gotta hustle. This game. Let's see what happened. So we went Marowak, which I assume was just like into everything, especially because it's aerial ace. But like, what happened here was the boomerang just like didn't break. I think you have to SD a turn as Marowak, maybe try to win, because like his boomerang didn't break. But maybe it was just lost. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure SD a turn 1. Like, if you SD on turn... If you SD like this turn, you might not win, because the Overgrow no Patea might not kill you. I mean, you just hope you do more than 25 with a +2 boomerang. I don't know if it did or not, but yeah. And this game, Drip gets Soul Red. He goes Regirock on the Regice, I assume. Then he also clicks the Ancient Power, which is super funny. And then we see Leah click Endure, which I think is correct, to get into reversal range, not risk crit. I think even if Drip got the boost, he lost. Probably didn't want to go Gengar because of Guts Hera. If it's like, I don't know if they run that, but that's probably the reasoning why. But he also probably just picked into Regice. Yeah, 1-1. Let me see. Oh yeah, this game. I'll just play this game normal. So we see Ludicolo. It's probably Rain Dance. I mean, he does Rain Dance turn 1, which is a misplay. Which is like, we'll see why it was a misplay. But basically it's because of the rain turns. See, in this gen it actually is optimal to run odd HP for the Kingdra and Ludicolo matchups. And there's not that much Cryo, and all the Cryo kills you anyway. But yeah, so Drip tries his best to, like, you know, click Giga Drains on subs. But it's just not winning, because, like, Leah can just click Flamethrower. He's in Blaze range now too. So it's just winning. So yeah, what Drip needed to do was click Surf for Ice Beam once, and then click Rain Dance. And then he would have won, because how turns work. Assuming he didn't die to Blaze Blast Burn, because he might have died to Blaze Blast Burn. Considering it did like... Actually, that's 68 out of frame, so... I don't know. He probably lived then. Yeah, so Drip Legend loads Swallow down 1-2. And then he picks it, but unfortunately fights a Metagross Mega and gets exploded. Turns out it was Counter Swallow, because the Meta was faster. But Swallow does not live a Metagross Meteor match, I guess. So it's probably banned. So yeah. Now we see Sworder's Board or SDB versus the Hero's Destiny. You see HD load Mega Charizard and click it. It's pretty crazy. Sworder's Board tried to pick a 1-2 but got punished. It's probably a 2-1 because Life Orb. You run Life Orb versus Slowbro. But yeah. Backwatch. And then this game, this is like super free Custep Tran, but I guess he wasn't Custep Tran. and Sortis Board ends up falling victim to the Mega Metagross 2-1. HG didn't misplay the game and die to Sucker, because you always Bullet Punch, and hope they are Fire Fang or some shit. Metagross 2-1 wins, obviously. In this game, HG brings pretty bad Toad matchup, but Taunt Vic and Trick Vic win. But instead he clicks Bolt Strike, which is never to play, because V-Crit does more. And then this is just like Paraflinch, gone. He needed like a Bolt Strike Paracrit to win after the Key Berry. But yeah. See this game, we see 2 Metagross. We see 2 Metagross. We see a Metagross 2-1 get picked. Or Metagross soft 3-0 because, you know, it ends up being motherfucking Bulldoze. And then it, like, this is like complete nonsense. Go Mash turn 1, miss. And then stay regular Bulldoze? Like, stay regular Bulldoze? What? These are like not human plays, but he ends up working out for Hero's Destiny because I'm pretty sure he just wins from here unless Sortis Board gets a lot of raises or crits. Hero's Destiny should Mega though. Got 5% shit. Yeah, for the extra 5% shit for Bulldoze. I don't know if that actually mattered. Maybe he should have just stayed Reg. And the ecstatic code says crit now, which happens. So, yeah, that was pretty uphill for a Hero's Destiny to win. And then the chat explodes because Ecstasy called the crit. Anyway, and then game 5, Sortis Board loads Registeel, Gengar, Diancie, so he obviously loses. Just gets punished for using Registeel, which is like not a viable mon, as his Genesect counter. Yeah, the Charizard probably would have been better. Charizard over like any mon would have made his matchup better, don't say. Or Vix. Instead of Registeel, probably. It's like, Registeel is just 0-3. Actually, no, it beats Genesect. No, 3. But, yeah. He had to pick into Charizard because Mega Charizard. And then, like, it's just hard to pick Registeel there. So I can't blame him too much. Frosty versus... Do I want to talk about that series? Not really. Honestly, that series happened after the week was over, so I won't look at it. This is getting long. Okay, so Emrex versus Adam. This is a pretty free Patea Sceptile, which is picked. It had to be Spadef Mence to win, which Mence should be Spadef. I don't know why this Swampert came out. I guess this Swampert was picked into HPS Arcanine, but yeah. Let's see game 2. Emrex has really good Earthwing matchup. Well, not really good Earthwing matchup, but Earthwing's probably the pick into Mence. It's actually a Dookie matchup, I take it back. But Earthwing does just crit Vaporeon, and then dodge versus meta, and then sometimes do Mence. So I probably would have went it, but Emrex tries to go Entei on meta. But Adam just picks Mence, which is just like into all 3 kinda. Emrex did not have a good Mence matchup, so that's kind of partly why I said he should Ursa. And just like pray. And then Adam bought Swalot. Then he has a really good Regice matchup. I hear it was subplay Ogera, which I don't know why it was picked, but it goes Raikou and tries to crit, but he gets frozen and then he gets crit on like the second to last Ice Beam. That was really unfortunate. Because if he doesn't just get crit there, or on the next one, he could just CM to +6 and then just fish for crits, and just never lose. So yeah, no, Adam got lucky. And then Nick unfortunately didn't show up, and then Spitfire had to sub in the clutch because I think it was like 2-3 maybe, with the Swallows being up, maybe 2-4. Yeah, we see. Yeah, this game is notable because Charm misplayed, because you tell that the Kyurem Scarf because the pressure went first, but Charm still clicked Mystical Fire when Overheat probably killed. I don't know if it was Overheat, but yeah, that was just a misplay. Anyway, the rest of the series, we see the PQS sample team from ages ago win. What's access denied? Alright, I got smashed. Looks like I'm not watching the series. Now we see no Life Orb, no Specs Naga, so it's probably cuss Zap. Zapdos there was definitely not a good play. Both of the other mons were probably better. Okay, maybe it was EV Naga. The EV was small, maybe that beats Specs. No, it was definitely this is definitely better. And then here comes Team Trump did some high quality LARP in the chat, saying like I wish it was a crossel, but and then runs down the timer when it's just a walk on berries air alert. Throwback to like World Cup 4. So yeah, so Charm wins with Spitfire. It was a close series though. Spitfire held his own. And then we see Sancho DPP. See what do I see? We see a fling. This set is like terrible. I don't know why this set is brought. Pretty sure this set is just like worse if you're like actually trying to use the set. And then yeah, I don't know. This is just like a fish for like Swampert and opposing ripe, I think, because it's grass knot. But I don't know. I ain't bringing that. That's all I'm saying. Like you bring Jirachi Zapdos and you bring that Jirachi. I guess it works. I don't know. And this game was like, oh my god. I don't know how Urban got slotted again this week after this game. So first of all, that's not Specs damage, so it's Ender Venu. And then, or it's like some nonsense Venu, but it is Ender Venu. And then he just didn't click in third turn 1 versus a slacking. What? Oh my god. Then he clicks forfeit, doesn't even try to crit. Like, I don't know what that was, bruh. And this game, yeah, this game is just a favorite W. I guess he just put this into the Groudon. And then Rotom, I suppose. But I wouldn't slaughter Pichis after that game too. But he got slaughtered again this week. So yeah, Yellow Bandit didn't ping managers when he called X, but he had to wait an hour. He like willingly waited an hour, but Rayleigh subbed himself in to the SMB07. And we see like Mega Sludge Wave Gengar just not kill guard. So that's like super fraud watch. Jesus. I'm pretty sure Slice Shock is not common though. We see like type null defeat a mag. It's like Wiki Berry. I don't know what that is. But, yeah. And this game was obviously a GIF worthy game. Or GIF, depending on how you want to pronounce it, so I'll let it play. We see Fake Out from Fake Out damage, we see that's basically no bulk sword. But it clicks sub turn 1. Bandit justified the play by saying like I expected it to be Fizzdeath, but instead it was just fast, and Bandit wins the first speed tie and decides to use it on a sub, and then loses the second one. So that's definitely a GIF-worthy game. That's all I'm gonna say. Bandit's justification, like, I guess it's reasonable, but I mean, I'm never making that play. That's all I'm gonna say. Regardless of what you can assume about the team or not, I ain't making that play. Anyway, the next game, Yellow Bandit down 0-3, defeats Scarf D-Knight with Sableye. And then this game looks a lot like a Gardevoir 3-0. But, I'll just let this play. I see a Psychic come out, so I guess it's like Hyper Beam Psychic. Maybe No Calm Mind. But, yeah. Ends up being Oceanic Apparetta, obviously, and then Aqua Jet wins. No sub. Because it was Encore. That's a rare SM Encore W, I feel. But I feel like that should have been a guard 3-0. I don't know if CM turn 1 wins. Guard. But regardless, we see Primarina defeat Gardevoir. Mobs vs. Hey, dude, I don't even want to look at this series. Yeah, we're at like almost at an hour. Yeah, we see Incineroar be slower than Registeer for some reason. I don't know what that was. In this game, we see, like, just I don't know what DD turn 1 is as Unite. Like, I guess Hey expected to be faster. I don't know what pronouns Hey are. I guess Hey expected to be faster. Or Chu, my bad. That was an interesting game. In this game, I have to let play because, like, what? Okay, so we see CM turn 1. This is pretty reasonable. And then we see, like, Shadow Ball? No Z, no, like, laser focus. I'm pretty sure both those plays were winning. And then, like, bro, what? CM again? I guess you see him again expecting King Shield. But I feel like that's never the play. I don't know. Maybe +2 Hyper Beam kills Aegislash Shield. But this is like, bro, what? What in the world? And this game is like, Kolohe just like threw this game. This is like nonsense recover because you can just Ice Beam twice this turn and win. Instead, Mobs gets to click bulk up again and then win. That was yeah. And then I'm not gonna look at the series. Kenny kind of owned. I'll maybe look at this game. We saw like Hyper Beam Thunderous explode a Hexorus. That was fun. Anyway, this is the last series I'll look at. Squirtle versus Tentari, which unfortunately happened after the week was over. This series was notable because it went to 7, and then neither player said have fun or GG. So kind of banger. We see Ban Hoopa explode a Gardevoir game 1. So I guess that 3-0'd. Then Kentari brought his Mega Blaziken that he likes to bring. Squirtle gets picked into Surf this game. He just got red. Then Kentari decides to bring Marowak the Rant, but obviously didn't pick either of them. Just because Gara defeats Landorus. Then Kentari brings Muck, which I think Muck 3-0'd this game. Just with like Confide and Iron Defense, I'm pretty sure that wins. It's Spite too. Spite is Mexican. I think this was Specs Prim. 59's kind of a lot. And it didn't like he forfeited when he ran out of PP, so probably Spike. This game Kentari gets backed by Zera. I guess this was just picked into bulk. It's lacking. And then Squirtle brings it back 2 games to make it be 2-3 for him. Kentari has 3. And then we see a completely Mexican game where Kentari decides to Fire Blast the Registeel turn 1 and then misses and then gets punished. I don't know if that mattered. Maybe Registeel like just won, but that was a funny game nonetheless. And then game 3, Kentari does not have a good Gara matchup if it's Flying EM, and unfortunately for him it does end up being Flying EM. So yeah, he loses. I think maybe he won versus non-Flying EM with Blaziken. Maybe it was like T-Punch or some shit. But yeah, that was a cool series to watch. But unfortunately it was just after the week ended. So yeah, that's what happened. And then standings going into week 4, 2 weeks of break season. Snorlax and Swallows on top. They actually play this week. Yeah, it's a cool thing that happened where the 1 and 2 seed play, the 3 and 4 seed play, and the 5 and 6 seed play. So now moving on up, the winner of the Manaphy's and Wooloo will probably be in really good shape going into playoffs. The winner of Snorlaxes and Swallows should clinch. I think the Snorlaxes are technically already clinched just by like how teams match up. The cutoff probably will be 5, I'd say. I have no idea. It's 3-team playoffs, so maybe it's higher. And things change if the Swallows win. And the loser of the Garchomps and Rhydons are both out. I think the Rhydons are pretty much already out, but the Garchomps are still in it. I think the Rhydons are like mathematically in, but like very, very unlikely at this point. But it's still a must-win week for these bottom 2 teams. Let's see, good matchups for the week. Slash roster swaps. We saw Drip Legend and Sword's board switch. So I guess Drip Legend wasn't feeling good in 4S and then just wanted something new, I guess. He just has to fight Ecstatic though. We see Joker 1v1 in over Baleblaze. And that's like, man, Mobs had to play Kolohe into Joker. Oof. Oof. And then Big Top Numbers got benched after winning again, which is strange. Rhydons have Reginald and SM now. They have Lumi DPP, and they have Autumn and Black White. I would have think they put Kenny in after winning last week, but no. We have SS Spitfire, and then Virgie DPP. Sancho benches, which is, I don't know, strange. Sancho probably just didn't want to play, but it's an ambitious lineup to say the least. And then Charm versus Potato should be cool. We have DC coming off the bench. Hungry Food is on the bench for Freddy Calgary ADB. So yeah, this is again a really big matchup for playoff seeding. Like it would be for sure be noticeable for seeding, if not for clinching playoffs. I don't know what the week 5 matchups are. I'm not gonna go that deep into it, but that's just all the teams is just win. To not think about like what you need to do to make playoffs. Just focus on yourself and win games. So yeah, thanks for watching.